Those suspecting a conspiracy in the assassination point to the two successive ballistic tests which proved that a rifle similarly to the Ray's Remington Game Master had been the murder weapon. Those tests did not implicate Ray's specific rifle. Witnesses near King's at the moment of his death said that the shoot came from the another location. They said that it came from the behind thick shrubbery near the boarding house of the which had been cut away in the days following the assassination and not from the boarding house windows. However, Ray's fingerprints were found on the various objects: a rifle, a pair of binoculars, articles of the cloth, a newspaper that were left in the bathroom where it was determined the gunfire came from. An examination of the rifle containing Ray's fingerprints determined that at least one shot was fired from the firearm at the time of assassination. In 1977, King's son Dexter Scott King met with the Ray and publicly supported Ray's efforts to obtain a new trial. 2 years later, King's widow, Corsia Scott King, and the couple children won a wrongful death claim against Lord George and the other unknown co-conspirators. Jones claimed to have received $100,000 to arrange King's assassination. The jury of 6 whites and 6 blacks found in 4 of the King's family and finding jurors to be complicit in a conspiracy against Kings and that government agencies were party to the assassination. William F. Pepper represented the King family in the trial. In 2000, the U.S. Department of Justice completed the investigation into Jover's claim but did not find evidence to support the allegation about conspiracy. The investigation report recommended no further investigation unless some new reliable facts are present. A sister of Jover's admitted that he had fabricated the story so he could make $300,000 for selling the story, and she is turned corroborated his story in order to get some money to pay her income tax. In 2002, the New York Times reported that a church minister, Ray Ronald Denton Wilson, claimed his father, Henry Clay Wilson, not James Earl Ray, assassinated Kings. He stated it wasn't a racist thing. He thought Martin Luther King was connected with the communism and he wanted to get him out of the way. Wilson provided no evidence to back up his claim. King researchers David Garrow and Gerald Posner disagreed with the Williams F. Pepper claims that the government killed King. In 2003, Pepper published a book about the long investigation and trial as well as his representation of James Earl Ray in his bid for a trial, laying out the evidence and criticizing other accounts. King's friends and colleagues James Bevel also disputed the argument that Ray acted alone, citing on stating there is no way a 10-cent white boy could develop a plan to kill a $1 million black man. In 2004, Jesus Jackson stated, the fact is there were saboteurs to disrupt the march, and within our own organization we found a very key person who was on the government payrolls. So infiltration within the subculture from the without any the press attacks. I will never believe that James Earl Ray had the motive, the money, and the mobility to have done it himself. Our government was very involved in the setting the stage, and I think the escape route for James Earl Ray.